Hello, I'm Bruce Zimmerman, and this is the Open Line Garden Show podcast for this week. Now, for the last 25 years, the Toronto Gardener's Journal was always done by Margaret Bennett Alder. I've absolutely loved and reviewed this book every year, recommended it as a Christmas present for those who love to garden, so that you can plan your coming year and keep track of it. Very often we have a tendency to think and forget. And I have a tendency to do this as well, simply because I have a tendency to try and garden in the dark when I have time, and I don't realize that there were bulbs in that area when I was going to go and plant something else there too. Because at that time of year and at that time of night, it looks pretty empty right there at that spot. I think I could sneak in another plant. But, of course, no record, then you forget. So what has happened is that Margaret Bennett Alder is getting a little older, and she quite admits to this, and has decided to surrender this concept to someone else to continue it. So the 26th year of the Toronto Gardener's Journal and Source Book is actually being done in conjunction with her in transition by Helen Battersby and Sarah Battersby, two sisters who are taking it over. Now, why I like the book. First of all, let's be honest, it's got the zone maps, it's got frost dates, it's got first frost dates, last frost dates, it's got soil types in here as well. So you have a way of sort of recording it and planning it, etc. for your area. But also it has a space for photographs for you to take a few, drop them in. You can make notes about your disappointments and your successes. And that's good too. There's also, of course, a source book for different types of information. There is also squared pages in here in which you can do a small design for a garden or a bed. And I think that's important, because we can stand and look out the window and decide what we're going to do, but we've got to be able to remember it come spring. And as a result, if we write it down, we just might. And if we plan it, it's even better. Now, let's be honest. I planned my garden, and I looked at the first plan I ever did for my front garden, and my front garden doesn't look anything like what it was the plan. I mean, let's be honest, we all changed, and the opportunities and the plant material and what's available has a tendency to affect our environment and our garden. So, yes, it's a starting point, but a garden is never finished, and it always evolves and changes, not just with what's available, but as our tastes and needs change. So, an excellent book. How will my garden change this coming year? Quite radically. Getting older. Kids are moving out. We're going to add a few things. I might move the vegetable garden. All of these things are being sort of put into the plan in my head, and I have to make some notes. Okay? Because, let's be honest, I better be on the same page as my wife when I move the vegetable garden. So, I want you to take in this book. It is well worth it. I want you to keep these books from year to year so that you can compare your work. So, when you're doing all of this, we want to make sure that you use the Toronto Gardener's Journal and Source Book, and you can obtain one. You can order it online using PayPal at torontogardenbook.com. Now, you can order a copy or multiple copies. You get the tax is put on it. So it's a $25 book, $24.95 plus tax. Shipping for one book is usually about $5, $4.99. 2 books is only $9.22. So if you've got a friend, put them together, okay? And as a result, you'll save some money. And of course, the friend will appreciate it and use it as well. So please pick up the book, and I want you to do that, and I think you'll find that you will be utilizing this book for many, many years to come. I'm Bruce Zimmerman. This is the Open Line Garden Show podcast for this week.